Coast, they get that bread. You end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spread.
Hello again, everybody. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Hope you're ready, because we've got another good one on tap.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the rookie third-rounder who's from Louisville and then played his college ball up the road on I-71 at Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader, teams went 43-6 while he was in college, has speed, dual threat ability, and production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Ridder. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now it's Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Davis will try to run for it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed, as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10. And Mark mark him at the 5. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to the offense, his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Davis. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates with a Terrell Davis touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Ritter. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Ritter back to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Pulled in at the 24. That gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
First down, here's Ritter. And this will be incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Locked in completions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Trucks over it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 35 on second down, Jackson. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. 7 yards there and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Up the middle to Davis. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man. It's Randy Moss complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Ritter on 1st and 10. And this is Cook with a grab. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down. Final play before the half. Here's Ritter. Right back to Cook for another completion. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now a shot taken on third down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is swallowed. The line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, Cook. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. So the Broncos coming out now. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
And both sides searching for adjustments.
Jackson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Inside give to Davis.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 66 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From midfield now, here's Jackson.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage. Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They go again with Davis. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. To throw is Jackson. Touchdown, Broncos. Randy Moss, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been able to claim you throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
So the Chiefs now down on the scoreboard. 2:13 remaining. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Here we go.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Finding Hardman.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, Davis. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Jackson. Touchdown!
Jerry Jeudy
from 4 yards out.
And the Broncos have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. And he's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. And he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
Meanwhile, Ritter's throw here taken in by Ingram. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw again on second down. Ritter. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ritter here on 3rd and 2. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
And coming out now, the Broncos. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a handoff to Davis. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Yeah, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Michael Irvin from 10 yards out. And the Broncos up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it is 28-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field.
Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me...
Hello again, everybody. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Hope you're ready, because we've got another good one on tap.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team from the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former NFL MVP, already a two-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That's a nice run right there. Able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jackson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against it, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's a give to Davis. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Davis. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. On 3rd down and short, and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no thought of a return here for Hines. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive.
They'll be led out by the rookie who played his college ball for the Pitt Panthers. So that's Kenny Pickett.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign. Took his game to a new level and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's taken down, but able to slip across.
Potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, just like last play. Six 6-0 our score after one. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Pickett to throw on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. From the 45 on 2nd down. Pickett, he'll check this down to Hines. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
the receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
No.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Pickett, he's going to throw it again. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Everyone's scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings him 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you prep.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Well, the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. And he wisely will throw that one away. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Jackson now. That ball caught. It's the playmaker, Michael Irvin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards on the play.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Jackson looking to throw on third. He's got Michael Irvin complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Davis. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now it's Jackson. Throw outside is complete to Irvin. Touchdown, Broncos. Michael Irvin, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Taking it about the 36. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's Jackson. That's caught left side by Judy. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not willing to risk another fumble. This one hits a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
From the gun, here's Pickett.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Pickett now from the gun here.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A good return there, 17 yards.
Denver's offense now set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out of this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's caught by Irvin.
He'll get it inside the 20, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them
and now it's been a real issue for him during this game.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. On the run, it's Davis. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The sack by Jordan Willis.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. This is caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line.
Pickett backed up into his end zone here.
Forced out to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they